All right, we'll call this meeting to order. Good afternoon, everyone, to all our wonderful members of the association. Thanks so much for sharing your time with us today to have lunch and attend our virtual luncheon. So we all know there's a shortage of gas, but we have no shortage of information at this virtual luncheon today. And so next up, I'm going to call Candalee to talk about our membership list and our membership appreciation event. Candy?
Hi, everybody. Glad you were able to attend today. I'm really excited about our member appreciation event. I hope everybody's got it on their calendar for June 24th out at Dirtbag Ales. It's going to be from 6 to 8. So registration for that is going to open up on June 1. So start watching for that in your emails because you will have to register for the event. We are still looking for volunteers. We have about 12 volunteers, but anybody who's interested in volunteering, just reach out to myself or to Amanda Martin and let us know that you're interested in volunteering so we can get you on our list. So I am excited to announce our new May members. Let's start with Christopher Bramble from Century 21 Liberty, Sierra Gamaldi from Keller Williams Realty, Christine Stone from Sasquatch Real Estate, Victoria Clarkson, the Superior Group, Sarita Bradley from Keller Williams Realty, Vanessa Sullivan from Keller Williams Realty, Heather Vasquez, ERA Strother Real Estate, Lakeisha Locklear, the Real Estate Regiment, Fort Bragg, Amin Balouche, Parkwood Services, Justin Deal, Tromboleskis Realty Group, Candace Hunter Benton, Realty One Group Liberty, Sherry Garner Diaz, Coldwell Banker Advantage, Carlos Amanzo Flores, eXp Realty, Kevin Britt, Mission Accomplished Realty, Jennifer Young, Exit Realty Preferred, Chanel Cooper, United Real Estate Coastal Rivers, Zebulon Coker, Century 21 Realty or Century 21 Liberty, Keisha Fisher, Elite Realty Group, Amber Long, Keller Williams Realty, Belinda Pappen, SND Realty Group, Rachel Engelhardt, eXp Realty, Lakeisha Hicks, Elevate Real Estate Partners, Benazir Rossi, Everything Pines Partners Fayetteville, David Pickford, Keller Williams Realty, Jasmine Montero, ERA Strother Real Estate, Jose Torres, eXp Realty, Ashley Walker, United Real Estate Triangle, Eunice Shoemaker, Infinity Real Estate, Jonathan Macias, Soldiers First Real Estate, Anne Marie Gay, Exit Realty Preferred, Laura Acevedo, Fathom Realty, Peyton Fonteno, Debtwire Realty, Megan Wells, Thomas Real Estate Services, Morgan Acosta, eXp Realty, Brian Novichuk, Cabell, Keller Williams Realty, and Kimberly McCoy, DFW Premier Properties. Welcome. And next up, hold on one second. Next up is going to be Melissa McKinney with our education announcements.
Thank you, Candy. Good to see everyone today. We have a few announcements. On May 28th from 10 to 2, we will be doing the shredding truck here at the association from 10 to 2. We still need some volunteers. If you guys have those old real estate files in your closet, it's time to bring them out. The association is paying for the shredding truck to be here that afternoon. You cannot drop it off. You must wait till it's shredded. So put that on your calendar, May 28th. On June 1st, we will be doing another program with the Practical Skills series. We had a lot of good feedback from that last time. So on June 1st, and we'll be posting these dates, June 1st, it will be all about buyers, how to get them, what to do with them once you have them. And I will be teaching that class. On June 3rd, we will have everything about sellers. You know, what we need to do to get those, what we need to do to foster the relationship with them. And Amanda Martin is going to be teaching you that class. These will all be from 9 to 1 o'clock. On June 8th, we will have the contracts, and Scott Harden will be in the morning time. He will teach you how to fill out a contract for a buyer. In that afternoon, Sony Ryder will be here, and she's going to be teaching you how to present it to a seller. And then on June 15th, we will have Megan Gerber, who will teach you everything from contract to close. So it all rounds up together as far as taking a buyer or a seller from the very beginning all the way to the end, to the closing table, and then after. I hope that you all will attend. We will be having an in-person, in-classroom meeting for those days that will also be on Zoom. And it seems that our guest speaker is a little late today. So we are kind of getting some things together here. I'm going to have David come back up and chat a little bit more about what's going to be going on and what we have coming up. David, come on in. You're on the spot.
So little did you know, but I also work at NCDOT. And I'm going to go ahead and try to cover a few topics while we're waiting for our guest speaker today. But no, in all seriousness, I've got a few president announcements to make as well. So we'll go ahead and do that while we're waiting for our guest speaker. So please be patient and hang in there. I'm sure he'll be joining us soon in Zoom land here. We can find him anywhere in the world. That's the great news, right? So is anyone else tired of Zoom? Anybody else? Anybody else? Yeah. I think if I go to one more Zoom class, I think I'm going to personally throw up. I'm just throwing it out there. So I am really excited and looking forward to seeing everyone in the real world. I cannot wait for our Realtor Appreciation Night. And again, thank you to Candy and Amanda for putting this together, and all our many wonderful volunteers. We really appreciate y'all putting this together. It's our first event like this, so it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be great to see everyone in the real world. There will be no Zoom for this event. You have to show up in the real world, okay? And I can neither confirm nor deny that at the raffle, some of the prizes we'll have that night, we might have some gasoline, some toilet paper, whatever y'all need, let us know. Come on out and have a good time. It's gonna be a great time. And again, that's June 24th at Dirtbag Ales Brewery from 6 to 8 p.m. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. And again, if you're interested in volunteering to help set up, please let us know, and we'd be happy to have you at the event as well. And I wanted to say real briefly, if you hadn't seen on Facebook, I thought we really had a great visit up in Raleigh with our local legislators. I thought it was a really great event. And we got to sit down with them and just talk to them about all our concerns and issues and key legislative topics going on, and just make sure that all our interests were addressed. You know, we made it known with concerns with housing, housing affordability, housing shortages, everything we can do to help that, all the issues that we stand for as realtors, right, with property rights and so forth for our careers and for our clients as well. And I thought it was a really great meeting. And I thought to me, the most positive part of it all was that it was just such a positive meeting. I mean, we had, both parties sitting there at the table, and despite what you read in the media all the time, they were actually getting along. Everybody was polite. I thought that was just great to see. And, there were some differences and different opinions reviewed on different topics, but everybody did it with respect. There was none of the stuff you see in the media. So I thought that was great to see, our local legislators working together to do what's best for us and for our clients and for the area. So that was really wonderful. Okay. So it looks like we have our guest here today. So I'm going to call. No, he's still not here. Okay. All right.
But I thought I would go over. Amanda and I are both here.
Melissa, come on up.
I'm going to give a little bit more detail on the June 1st class, since we have a little extra time. On June 1st, we will be talking about buyers, how to find the buyers, how to do social media ads, how to advertise properly and stay within the commission guidelines. We will be talking about educating your clients, because we all know that that's one of the most important things that we can do, is educate our client through the transaction so that they feel very good about their purchase in the end. They know why they're doing what they're doing along the way. So on June 1st, you can be here at 9 a.m. We will also have it on Zoom as well. And tell your friends, mark your calendars. It's a great learning experience. It's an interactive class. And Amanda's going to come up and talk a little bit about her seller's class. And another thing that we would like to know too is if you guys are interested in doing some different classes that we haven't been doing, I would love some suggestions because we're all about trying to educate you guys, give you what you need. So if you have any suggestions, just call the association, drop it in. Hi, looky there. Hi, Andrew Barksdale.
Hello.
From North Carolina Department of DOT has joined us.
Nope. Oh, sorry for the delay. Can you hear me and see me?
We can't hear him.
Uh-oh.
Hold on there. Let's just make sure we can hear you, Andrew.
I have my microphone on. Can you
There
hear
we
me?
go. There we go. All right, everyone. Here we are.
So you're ready for me? Sorry for the delay.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Let me show my slide presentation. All right. So again, you can hear me, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
great. And you can see my slide presentation. I'm sharing my screen.
We do
Oh, wait.
not.
No, I need to share my screen. Hold on. 1 second. I don't think I hit the share button. I know what to do. Hold on. Is that it? Nope. I need to hit the share.
It's
Oh,
the
here it
share
is.
screen button.
I see it. Okay, I think we're in business.
We've got a winner.
Now, if I go to, I've got. There we go. Can you, can you see the slides better now?
Yes, we can see it. Thank you.
Okay, good. I'm sharing my screen and again, sorry for the delay. So, oh yeah. So, 2020 was an unprecedented year for us. And I think a lot of people don't realize this, but over half of our revenue comes from the gas tax. We don't get direct general assembly appropriations like other state agencies. So when people stop driving, we stopped collecting revenue. And it was so unprecedented, we had to regroup and, plan for the worst because it was uncharted territory. Our cash balance, which was established in the 70s, we have to maintain a minimum cash balance under state law. And we went below that for the first time ever. We were last year because of this, and we were below it for 3 or 4 straight months. So as you can tell, we just kind of stopped doing stuff unless it was important. We didn't, we fixed stuff that was safety, but we couldn't collect litter. We didn't award projects for 4 or 5 months last year. And, but now we're back. So our cash balance is very healthy again. This spring, we started spending some extra money on contract litter crews. So last year, the litter really started to accumulate and we got beat up on that. But, COVID issues and safety issues in our budget, we had to not do that for a while, but we're back now. We've been really hitting that hard. There's a lot of projects that we resumed planning for around the state. I'll get back to 2020. Some of our projects that we were going to do for Cumberland County, we had to delay by a year. So in other words, if COVID had never happened, we'd have some more projects, some big projects, like some more widening of I-95 would be underway now, but it's been delayed by about a year. And between that and some of the other issues we were having. So with finances, so we are getting back and that's great. And you all know this, lumber prices are going through the roof. Sorry, pun intended. So I don't have to tell you about that, but that affects highway construction, maybe not lumber, but other materials. So, even though our cash balance is back, we can't just go crazy and spend money again. We have to make sure we're prepared for hurricanes this summer and other things. So, but we are back. That's good. Oops, I hit the wrong button. So I want to give you some project updates, big stuff for Cumberland County, the outer loop. And the last section we opened was last year that goes to Rayford Road. That's really, the outer loop is really transforming how people travel. It's the road network in Fayetteville is changing a bit in terms of traffic and it's being rerouted and opened up new opportunities of economic development. There's only one section that is not under contract, and that's going to go from just south of Rayford Road to, oh, that's my next slide. Is that my next slide? Yeah, sorry. Anyway, so this is the other one. You'll see we're going to open up that in a few more years. We've added my second bullet. We added the widening to 8 lanes to this contract, so that whole project will be delayed by about a year. But we had to do that because they were going to be overlapping projects. You can't really have 2 separate contractors sharing the same space. It's not a good idea. And also, some of the work that one project would do would have to be undone by the other project. So the widening of 95 right there as part of this contract will kind of delays that a little bit, but it's more improvements. We're still a few years away, but from those interchanges opening there in outside of there in Cumberland County. Oh, this is the slide I want to show. If you look at the I guess it's section B, the gray or light blue. That's the one thing that's not under contract. And frankly, I've told this to other people, we were planning to have this under contract 2 or 3 years ago. We delayed it back in maybe 2018 because of the MAP Act. The MAP Act for the state Supreme Court ruled that state law to be unconstitutional. DOT was always following the state law. The state law was ruled unconstitutional, and we have to compensate fairly everyone that is affected by projects. So the MAP Act literally delayed that segment. And then we had Hurricane Florence, and that hit our budget hard. We made some delays to some projects because of that. And then we had COVID. So that one segment has been kind of a trouble to get that going there. But now you can see next year. So is our plan. That is the final segment. That'll be the final loop. And that one will include the Camden interchange. So that was the Camden interchange to get on and off down there will be, a while from now. I'm sure you've seen this. If you drive 95, it's a big work zone. You see those Jersey walls or construction concrete barriers, and they're going to be there for a while. So, we got 2 lanes going in each direction, but we got the shoulders are missing, and, it's going to feel tight going through there. And it's, I've talked about this. I think I may have talked about this when I spoke to you in 2019. We are completely modernizing this section of I-95. I don't know if it's the oldest, but probably one of the oldest sections of I-95 in our state. Opened up in the late 50s. So virtually all the bridges have to be rebuilt. They're not high enough, long enough. You can't put 8 lanes underneath them. So it's a big project. And the good news is you can see in just 2 months, the next section from 71 to 81, that is scheduled to be awarded in just 2 months from now. That was one project that we delayed a year. That we were going to award that last year before COVID. So before the COVID budget impact. So that's an example of that where, all of us were been affected by that in many different ways. But anyway, that's going to be one big work zone. When it's all done, I like to tell people, think of I-85 40 going through Burlington and Graham and Alamance County. That's what's going to look like. There'll be 4 lanes in each direction, a concrete barrier wall right down the middle. There won't be a grass median anymore. And it's going to be really awesome for reducing delays. And, there's just too much traffic on that road now. And the 8 lanes gets it for not only for what it needs, but to meet future demands. It's better to do it all now than to add 6 lanes now and then 2 more lanes in 10 years. Better just do it all at once. It's a lot easier that way in the long run. I wanted to tell you, and I'm going to show you on our website how to get to our website. We have a really cool visualization video that our department created, a kind of computer graphic visualization. This is a screenshot, but we're going to put 8 lanes down there in Lumberton. That's a design build for next month. That design build means we haven't finished the design yet. It needs to be finalized. So construction won't start right away, but we have that on our website. I'll show you how to find that. And finally, the section kind of between Lumberton and Fayetteville. we're going to widen that. That's the current schedule next year. One quick note. We're not going to widen the sections of 95 just yet that goes around Fayetteville. That section was built in 1980. That section, you'll notice, is not as heavily congested as north and south of it. And frankly, two other reasons. Some of the people on 95 that are going up and down 95, they're going to Fayetteville. So that's where they get on and off. They're not, and then 295 is also changing traffic patterns for 95 in Cumberland County. And we're widening and improving the sections of 95 that needs it the most first. We eventually want to widen all of I-95 in the entire state. And that will take several years, and we'll do that over several projects based on need and priority, where the most crashes are. We're going to do that first, et cetera. So that's coming. Rayford Road median project. You can see my slide there. It's a total reconstruction of the highway, of the road. New water and sewer lines underneath. You can see it right there. It's going to kind of look like Skybow Road when we're done. It's going to have not exactly 3 lane. There's some widening, but it's just going to be that median down there. Crosswalks, signalized crosswalks is going to be a really huge improvement and really help with safety and help a little bit with future traffic growth. It gets very congested in the afternoons in West Fayetteville. I don't have this on the slide. We're going to improve the intersection of Skybow Road and Rayford Road and have 2 through lanes. If you're on Rayford Road and going eastbound towards Fayetteville, there'll be 2 lanes that will never stop. They will never get a red light. They'll just keep on going. And we're also going to improve the interchange of All American and Rayford Road as part of this project as well. I don't have that mentioned on the slide though. 2 other, All American, we had to kick that can down the road. I think that was actually maybe even before COVID, but unfortunately we're not going to widen that anytime soon. But the good news is we can hopefully, it can be accelerated again. And we've done that I left the Fayetteville Observer in 2017 and went to the dark side, as they say in journalism. But in 2017, we added projects, we accelerated projects, and then a few years later, we had to pull back and take the foot off the gas pedal because of Florence and the MAP Act. So it's the cycles of our department. We can go full throttle on stuff, and then sometimes we have to ease back when projects go way up, or we're in a recession or whatever. So hopefully we can. It says 2029. Hopefully we can do that sooner than that, but that's not on the horizon right now. And Gillis Hill Road is going to be a 4-lane with the median, and that's just about a year away. That's a really needed project. And I just want to mention, we've done this a lot. 30 signalized. These are signalized. Well, most of them have little PED signal boxes, and part of the problem with Fayetteville, where we've had deaths from pedestrians, is they're crossing in the middle of the intersection. They're not using the crosswalks, but this will help. This helps with traffic and pedestrians, and that is a big improvement. And City of Fayetteville has helped us with that too, with some coordination and some funding and sidewalk connectivity. And finally, if you go to our main site, ncdot.gov, you go to projects and current projects, I have a lot of project pages for I-95 widening, Fayetteville Outer Loop, Rayford Road. They're all listed under Cumberland County. You search it by county and you get a list. And that's where there's project pages with maps, timelines. We update it with the current timelines. And finally, you can go to contact us, and you want to report a pothole on a state maintained road. That's where you go. And if you have a concern or question, or you think we need to reevaluate the speed limit of a road, or you think an intersection would be good for an all-way stop instead of a 2-way stop, send us your inquiry there, and it will go, we get it, and we send it to the right engineers across the state, the right offices, so they can respond to the citizen. So that is it. That's my slideshow in a nutshell. I guess I can stop sharing my screen. Let me see if I do that. Hang on here. I don't know. Oh, I guess, has it stopped? Are you guys still there? Oops. What is going on? Oh boy, hang on. Okay. So are you guys, can you guys hear me? Hello? Okay. So I don't hear any sound. So
Can you hear us, sir?
now I can. Were you
Okay.
guys seeing my slides? I thought I
We
was
were seeing the
sharing-
slides. Yes, sir. We saw it. It was great, great information.
You did see them all?
Really
Okay,
appreciate
I'm
it.
sorry. I use GoToWebinar in Teams a lot, and I'm really clumsy with Zoom. This is probably the first time I've ever used Zoom with a webinar and sharing it. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good to go. We were just saying before you came on, we're all tired of being in Zoom, quite frankly. So you're good to go. But we
I
really
can
appreciate.
take some questions if you have time, or I can.
Yes, sir. We do have
shut
some
down,
questions
whatever
for you. We really appreciate it. That was wonderful information, helping us continue to be local area experts in the area. And the first question I have is from Ed Blanchard, and it is about how far down the Roxy intersection will be the end of the project. I believe that was referring to Rayford Road, I think.
Is he asking the scope of work or the parameters for the Rayford Road project?
Yes, how far would it go down the Roxy intersection?
Oh, I know where Roxy Road is. That near the old Ryan Steakhouse in All American and the veterinarian hospital?
Yes.
Yes, it won't go, to answer your question, it's not going to go down Roxy Avenue. I mean, it's going to affect the intersection there. It will affect the intersection of Roxy and Rayford Road. And without looking at the public meeting map, there's the whole stretch that we're talking about is going to be from basically Highland Country Club, Robinson Street, all the way to like old Rayford Road. So I don't know, was that 7 or 8 miles? So I don't know what the intersection of Roxy, but it's not going to go down the streets. It's just going to affect the intersections. But if you go to my project page, if you go to how explained, you can look at detailed public meeting maps that show how the road will look, where the medians will be, where there'll be if you zoom in, there'll be little arrows, little traffic arrows, and you'll see on several side streets that are minor, that don't have traffic lights, you're only going to be able to turn right, which is the same way with Skybo. At Skybo, you can only turn left where there's a traffic light, and Rayford Road is going to be the same way.
Thank you. So we have one more question for you. What can you share about 211? What can you share about 211?
NC 211, where is that in Cumberland County? NC 211?
Up in Moore? Hoke and Moore?
Yeah, that's why. I'm not as well versed. Yeah, I forgot your association goes into Hope County, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that runs north-south, right? It runs north.
Yeah. I think off the top of my head, we are widening. Does that go into Moore County?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
We're widening it, and we're doing it one project at a time. But I don't have. I forgot that you guys go into Hope County, and I don't have those notes. So you'll have to, if you want to maybe email me a little note. Once you email me a reminder, I'll get you that information and email it back to you guys, and you email it to the whole association.
Thank you, sir. We'll do that.
That's an easy one to get out of.
Can you tell us the website again? That was the next question. Can you tell us the website again, sir?
Yeah. So I won't bother sharing it. ncdot.gov. ncdot.gov. At the very, very top, you'll see like a mega menu, and you'll see things like contact. That's how you can contact us for citizens. You'll see things like projects. Click on projects. Then it says current projects, and you search by county. You search by county, type in, you search by, you'll have a drop-down menu, scroll down to Cumberland, and you'll see project pages, web pages for high-profile projects, and there are several. There's 4 or 5 pages just for Cumberland County, and to get more information for some of the high-profile stuff.
Thank you. We have a few more questions if you have a few more minutes.
Sure, I'd be glad to.
Okay, I think the next one is, what is the plan for Rockfish area and stoplights and upcoming widening project?
Well, like I said, I forgot that you guys do Hope County. And that's not my area of expertise anymore. It used to be. And Rockfish Road. So again, I'll have to get back to you on that one. I'm sorry. Sorry. I don't have a project list for Hope County. For what DOT is doing for Hope County, I don't have that list. I don't have that information. I'm sorry. Dropping the ball. Oh, you're kind of muted. Can you? I can't hear you now. Can you?
We might need to do a battery change.
Oh,
Sorry,
now I
that's
can
on-
hear you.
That's on us.
Yeah.
Got us now?
Just when
gonna do
we're
a battery
done,
change real quick.
just email me Rockfish and 211. And what I'm going to have to do is get that information. It's probably, like a lot of projects, it's probably been delayed. And if Florence and COVID had never existed, it might be under contract by now, but we'll just have to see.
Can you hear us again?
Yeah, and I
Okay.
should have had a slide for Hope County. I realized that.
Oh,
now.
you're good. You're good.
I
We just
forgot.
had to do a battery change. Just another day in the life of the world of Zoom, I guess. So we had another question. Can a traffic light be added in front of William H. Owen Elementary?
I know where that school is, and it's not far from the bicycle shop, Holly's or Haley's Bicycle Shop.
Right.
In Brighton, or yeah, I used to live there a long time. So let me see if I can get a quick answer, because that is within the parameters, and I'm checking right now my laptop here. That's in the parameters of the Rayford Road. We call it a Rayford Road medium project, but we're doing a whole lot of stuff to it. So let me look at the meeting maps. There are 3. Do you think that's going to be between Bingham? That's between Bingham Drive and Ireland Drive, don't you think?
Yes.
Okay, I'm looking at the public meeting map. So this public meeting map is pretty much, well, the final, let's see what it says. Because
Yes, between Hope Mills Road and All American. Thank you.
yeah.
Hope Mills, Ireland.
Now you're talking about in front of the school, right? Now I know there's a little
Right.
side road next to it where I guess the bus is coming. It's like a one-way. Let me see what that looks like. I'm going to share my screen here. If you'll bear with me, I'm going to find it,
Okay, great.
and I'm going to share my screen on the map. But I've got to find it, and it's. Oh, I found it. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. I'm going to share my screen again.
Perfect.
I'm going to answer your question too. Yeah. Let me do one more zoom in, see if that works. Let me get it recentered. I'm going to share my screen. And, I didn't really, one of the biggest problems we've been having with crashes on Rayford Road is they're called mid-block crashes. In other words, there's a lot of T-bones and cars hitting each other from the side in between intersections. There's not a lot of crashes in the traffic lights. There's crashes where people are turning left onto Rayford Road in between intersections. And that's what we're trying to solve here. Because those are very dangerous crashes, as opposed to like fender benders and stuff. Now, let me see if I can share my screen.
And that's why all the medians then to prevent that.
I don't know why I'm getting a pop. Let me get rid of this. Okay. Let me hit the share button.
Okay, it's sharing right now. We can see it.
So this is Bill Owen Elementary, and you're talking about right here.
Yes.
Well, as you can see, let me zoom in one more time. The way what we're going to do is you'll be able to own, this will be what's called a right in, right out. So you'll have to, there'll be a median right here. We call this a directional crossover. Directional crossover or leftover. We build these all across the state. You see these in Fayetteville. So if you're on Rayford Road and going westbound, you'll be able to get dedicated left turn lane and turn right into here. But when you come out of the elementary school, you'll have to turn right only. And then what you'll do is, well, I'm trying to pan. I can't seem to, wonder why I can't pan. Well, heck. Well, you have to go to the next traffic light. So if you come out of same way over here. So when you come out of Bill Owen, you'll have to turn right. And then if you want to go the other direction, you'll use a traffic light. And I'm to do a U-turn. And in a lot of these designs, and I don't know why I can't, I'm using my laptop here and I'm just not able to scroll. But what we're doing is we are adding, we will design it so that cars can turn around. We're adding some turnaround pavement and some U-turn bulb out. So, and this is an example where, you know, there's heavy traffic on this road, and to turn left out of there, I don't think buses would turn left out there now. I assume they don't, but with children on them, I mean, to turn left onto a road with all this lane of traffic. I mean, can you imagine Scarborough Road today, which has 6 lanes? Can you imagine Scarborough Road if it had an open center turn lane today? And that, you know, that's what Rayford Road is now. It has 6 lanes of traffic, more down there, Harris Teeter and the Publix, and you have an open center turn lane, and that's extremely dangerous. So people are going to be turning right, and they'll find it in some cases easier just to turn right and safer instead of having to wait forever for a safe opening.
Sure. Thank you so much for that information.
Oh, yeah. Did you guys stop sharing it? Okay, good.
We're done with the sharing. I think we had one more question.
Okay.
Any word on the Haymount Crosswalk new lights project in Haymount?
Yeah, now that's so I'll have to get back to you on that one too. That one, what we're doing is we're working with the city of Fayetteville on that, and that is new pedestrian. That's right there by the theater, the Cape Fear Regional Theater. Right. And this DOT, I think, is largely funding it, but the city is having to do some work, and I forget exactly, they're a partner, but I forget exactly what they're doing. And that project, I think, probably was delayed due to COVID. In 2020, there were some projects like that and some always stopped intersections that for part of 2020 were delayed, especially when the governor had safer at home orders. But nevertheless, I'm going to have to, I know who would answer. I know the answer. I know who would have the answer. That's going to be my email list. So email me a laundry list and I will get that answered for you and shoot it back to you to distribute to everybody else.
You got it. We'll do. I think we've got 3 total questions to email you. So appreciate it. Another question?
With the delays and setbacks from emergencies such as Florence, Matthew, and now COVID, does the NCDOT have an emergency fund for upcoming or any issues that we might be having?
So the question was, with some of the delays caused by previous emergency events like hurricanes and so forth, do we have a cushion? Is there some sort of emergency fund for the future emergencies that may occur?
Well, we don't call it an emergency fund. Our cash balance, our cash balance is the best way to describe that. It's basically our savings account, although our finance office doesn't like to use that term because they're bean counters and they use real precise finance terms. But it's basically the cash that we have in the bank to meet payroll and to pay invoices. You know, you have to have cash in the bank to pay all your bills that come in every single week and every single month. Our payroll is about $30 million every 2 weeks. Our operating budget or our spend plan, whatever the correct term is about $5 billion a year. 80,000 miles of roadway, 1 million intersections, 9,000 employees. It's a big operation, DMV, big operation. So we have to have a lot of cash. So we have a big operation. So last year, our cash balance, which is the term we use, kind of money in the bank, is supposed to be at least 275 million or above, and it went below that for the first time. Well, our cash balance is now up to 1.7 billion. 1.7 billion. Wow. So that helps us. That helps us do things in an emergency. And let me just give you a quick example. I want to give you a quick example. In 2020, last September of 2020 in Johnson County, we had a two-lane secondary road that had flash flood. There was a freak flash flood that dumped several inches of rain in a few hours in Johnston County. There was not a hurricane or anything. A large culvert system that we had replaced and upsized after Hurricane Matthew in 2016, it blew out again. The road flooded, and there were actually some people who died because it happened in the middle of the night and they drove right into the floodwaters because they were rising so rapidly they just drowned in a flash flood. Well, we weren't planning, we just replaced that pipe after Matthew, and it blew up again. It was totally destroyed. The road was totally destroyed by the rising creek underneath it. Well, we did an emergency contract in that last fall to replace that with a full-fledged bridge. $1 million, cost $1 million. We weren't even planning to build a bridge. There was a brand new cross-line pipe, $1 million, just like that. And we reopened. So we're rebuilding to resiliency. So it's going to take a huge hurricane. It's going to take a big flood to wipe that out again. And hopefully it won't. But that's just $1 million in one location, and we weren't even planning for it. Right. So the cash balance allows us to, our finances, to answer that question, our finances are allowing us to start doing projects again and keep projects on our new schedule. But, our Florence and Matthew, we went from about 10 years ago, we were averaging $15 or $20 million a year in natural disaster recovery per year. But then for 2 or 3 years between Matthew and Florence, we were averaging over like $200 million a year or whatever. I forget the exact amount. So a bad hurricane or a bad hurricane season can take a big chunk out of our cash balance. So we have to be wise and prudent and careful. And we want to deliver projects and improve mobility and safety, but we got to make sure we've got to look at all the needs and prioritize everything and do the best we can with what we have within our budget. And it doesn't take much to take a big chunk out of our budget.
Well, we really appreciate
out of our cash balance is what I'm saying.
We really appreciate your hard work. You can see what an impact that has. And I think we're all looking forward to 295 being finished and all looking forward to 95 being widened and so forth. So we really appreciate all your hard work. Do we have any other questions? Anything else? I think that's it for questions, sir. Did you have any final comments?
No, thank you for letting me speak. Sorry for the delays. I actually, just sorry. And it's not how I normally do these things. But anyway, I appreciate your patience, and email me that list and I'll get those answers and shoot it back to you. Like, I'll just treat you like a reporter. I'll blow you off, say, call me Monday. No, I'm kidding. I'll work on it as soon as I get the email.
You're in an apology-free zone on Zoom. You're good. Yep. We'll get you those questions. We thank you so much, Mr. Barksdale, for all your information, all your hard work. We really appreciate it. Thanks again for coming today.
Thank you. Bye. I'll head out.
Bye. Bye-bye. Take care. And last comment, we have no raffle today. I'm very sorry. So basically the raffle is a guaranteed good time, June 24th, the Dirtbag Brewery. So come on out. We look forward to seeing you in the real world. This concludes our meeting. Thank you for attending. Have a great day.